Hello, this is Eddie Boulay, and thank you for clicking on the video. I have an urgent message for black women, especially young black women who are not married, who want to get married, but you're on social media platforms listening to men bashing, demeaning, and degrading black women. If you are having that experience, this is the video for you. I am an elder in the Black American community, married for many years, happily married to a black man. I went to an HBCU where there were boys, black boys, and there was never a question in my day about whether or not black boys, black men liked black women. I'm going to say that there's not a question in this generation as to whether or not black men like black women. Black men still love black women. The challenges are different today than they were when I was a young woman. But black men still like black women. I'm going to weddings and seeing black couples all the time. And I do live in the South, and there might be more of that here than some other part of the country. But I see it all the time wherever I go. If it's the church, if it's to a ball, if you want to see some beautiful black couples, go to a ball, go to a Kappa ball or an AKA ball or an Omega ball, or go to a ball or the Links or whomever. Go to a social event and you will see black couples, young and old, having fun. Black men still love black women. This is the message. If you're on these social media platforms and going in these chat rooms or whatever these groups are where black men are bashing black women, get out of those chats and stay out. Don't try to reason with them. Don't try to give your point of view. If you have listened to Chrissy, and I don't know if Chrissy is still on social media or not. When I first came on social media in 2017, I was stunned by all of this anti-black woman hatred coming from black men. And I would listen to Chrissy, and Chrissy said when she first came to YouTube, she was a black male worshiper, is what they're calling it. And she would try to talk to them and reason with them. She said that they won't even let you agree with them. If you try to agree with them and give your point of view, they will tear you down and try to demoralize you. Now listen carefully. Those men do not like women. Now they can hide, they can fake it, they can pretend, and they can point out and say it's you. It's something wrong with your weight, it's something wrong with your complexion, you're a single mom, it's something wrong with you. Those men don't like women. You wear weave. I forgot about that one. Everything is wrong with you. These men do not like women, and they are playing with your emotions because they know you care. And please don't get it twisted. You are not diminished because you care. That shows that you are human. That's the most feminine thing that you can do. So stop letting them tell you you're not feminine. You're feminine because you care. They don't care about each other. That is why we have such a serious black on black crime problem in the black community. It's not because of what you're doing, it's because of what they're doing. They don't care, but you care, and that ultimately is going to get you what you want. A big part of a loving relationship between a man and a woman is nurturing each other. And regardless to whether you end up with a black man or a white man or some other type of man, you are going to need your nurturing ability. You can't nurture if you don't care. So don't let anybody take that away from you. This is why it's so important for you not to deal with toxic people, because they will discourage you and rob you of that natural emotion. So you have to let them go. People who do not care about other people, who don't care what they say to people, don't care what they do to other people, these people are not fully developed and they have not been properly nurtured. Do not let them steal your joy. Do not let them chip away at your confidence. Do not let them chip away at your love of yourself and do not let them chip away at your love for black men. Be your own wonderful self. Black men who like black women don't care if they wear weave or wig, braids, afro, or go bald. If they like black women, they like black women. But if you let these men on social media that you don't know distort your image or destroy what you naturally have for black men, they have won. And that's what they're trying to do. Now, I do listen to Cynthia G sometimes, and she said, these men are trying to compete with you for the men that you want. I would not take that lightly. That's what she said. The first time she said that, I thought Cynthia is funny, because she is funny to me, even though she's brilliant. And Jason Black, of all people, a lot of people don't like Jason Black. And sometimes when he's going in on women, he is terrible. But there are times when he will call a thing about black men. If a black man likes women, he likes women. Now, everybody has a preference. But don't be triggered by their preference, because you have your preference too, right? His preference might have to do with what somebody looks like. Your preference might be about what his financial status is. But as interesting as all that might be, black men and their preferences, those are mostly not the black men that are on social media beating up on black women. Now, those men that are beating up on black women will be talking about their preferences. And some of them might be going out with white women because white women don't have the same gaydar that black women have. But white women are on these social media platforms talking about these black men and their switch-hitting behavior with men and women. And black women are on to something when you say, if you want to go with your preference, go on, but leave us alone. And they won't leave you alone because they want what you want. I believe that's what the disconnect is, because the reality is, if they really like white women and they get a white woman, then the normal and natural thing to do would be to go on and build that relationship with that white woman. But they won't do that. The black men who want white women and marry white women go on with those white women and build their lives and leave black women alone. When they don't do that, you know something else is going on. So I'm maintaining with my full chest that the black men that are beating up on black women on social media do not like women. And I'm also declaring that there is no such thing as I like women, but I don't like black women, and you're a black man. That doesn't even sound right. And another giveaway is that they will try to persuade black men who like black women, men that they don't even know, they will try to turn those men against you. You have to assume, before you even let a hair on your head break a sweat, that these men don't like women. You have to lead with that. Some people say, well, it's self-hatred. Well, some of it could be self-hatred, but that means they ought to be hating themselves, not you. You've got to lead with the fact that these men don't like women, because you don't know these men and they don't know you. You could be the nicest person in the world, the most nurturing, the most caring. And they're saying, no, you're nothing. You're nothing. And they're degrading you. So you have to, you don't give them the benefit of the doubt to think that they know what they're talking about. They can't possibly make an honest assessment of who you are. The question is, who are they? You don't know these men. You don't know if they're gay. You don't know if they're transgender. You don't know who they are. They are men who've been rejected because, they're short, and you know how black women can be. I want a tall man, or something like that. And furthermore, if these are men that have been rejected by black women and they are harassing you and demeaning you because they think your standards are too high, understand this. That is for you to determine. If you determine that your standards are too high, then you make the adjustment. So take back your power and know there has never been a time in the history of the world that black men didn't like black women. Never. And that time has not come yet. You are dealing with a different type of black man. They are not the same. A lot of these men don't want to acknowledge what they really like. So instead of saying, well, I really just don't like women, then they, well, I don't like black women. And they spend all their time talking about what's wrong with black women. You know there's something wrong with that. Black men that like black women don't get on social media platforms talking about what they don't like about black women. And men who get on social media talking about what they don't like about black women are men that you should not give 1 minute of your time of day, because that's time that you gave to a toxic person and they didn't deserve it. So I say stay off these social media platforms with these toxic, angry black men, and give your energy to the things in life that you want, to the kind of man that you want and the kind of life that you want. Because let's just say you do meet a great guy, whether he's white, black, or some other ethnicity, and all of a sudden you can breathe, you can exhale, because he makes you feel more wonderful than you've ever felt before. You will regret that you spent any time and gave any energy to these men. If you don't have a diary, start building a diary of things that you want. Dishes, crystal. That doesn't mean that you can't have a bridal registry. You can, but you just don't have to add the things that you already have. But start planning, saving, because if you plan it, he will come. If you really want to get married, and I'm not saying, oh, only focus your attention on black men. That's for you to decide. I'm simply saying that there are black men who love black women. That's all I'm saying. Don't focus on what you don't want, and definitely don't focus on somebody that doesn't want you. That is the most unwise thing that you could do. My father used to say, there's as good a fish in the sea as has ever been caught, but you have to use good bait. So you have to decide what good bait is for you, because the reality is what one man won't like, another one will love. And that's the man you want. Okay, y'all, thank you for listening. Let me know what you think about the video. Subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, share the video, and as always, have a great day.